time for the baddest reviewer you've ever seen. Because my name is Anthony, and I'm here to review this cat they call Dolemite, who stole my thunder and made a movie out of it. Welcome, sit back, relax, and hear what I think about this sucker Dolemite that stole my act. Welcome. Anthony here. About to talk about some Dolemite. On behalf of JVS, Sam asked me to go and check out the premiere of Dolemite this week, and I'm a little late in my homework, so don't blame him, blame me. Want to talk about the movie some. So, Dolemite, if you don't know, is probably a blaxploitation legend. And this film kind of talks about his life and his transition into the character of Dolemite. It stars Eddie Murphy as one of his first projects in like 3 years, I believe, and the same directorial talent behind Hustle and Flow is this. My name is Dolemite. Is billed as a comedy drama. So, and I say it's comedy drama is that you might not actually get a lot of laughs out. There's a lot of funny situational things, kind of like King of the Hill, but not so much funny, but it's interesting, right? It's one of those stories where you go from nothing to following your dream, to people telling you can't do something, to just putting everything on the line and believing in yourself, believing in your team, that those squad goals, see how it pays off. This man was literally had nothing. He didn't try every career, trying to make something work. He knew he wanted to be a star. I think at some point he said he was a singer, dancer, comedian. Like if there was something in the industry, he had probably tried it. He already had a couple of albums out singing that wasn't doing it well. Couldn't even sell. Couldn't get his record played in his own place of work. And then there was some interesting things going on here about the history of how Dolemite talks that I didn't know about, and just going back to how I guess of how that time kind of how he brought something street to the mainstream, and you know I'm of the age where I remember Dolemite, or I remember not actually like having the concept right, but knew what the term meant. I knew what his overall presence was, And then if you were a Wu-Tang fan, Old Dirty Bastard pretty much did a whole music video portraying himself as the reincarnation of Dolemite, which if you really think about it makes a lot of sense. So again, like I said before, it stars Eddie Murphy, and I think Eddie Murphy's on this streak of a couple of movies coming out, and I think this is the first of this new period in his life of comedy. It was dedicated to his brother, Charlie Murphy, and I could probably see those two sitting down, going to I'm not sitting down because VHS wasn't really a thing, I guess, but going to the movies, tripping off of that. That's probably something they heard. Probably got Eddie Murphy in the comedy is how that record circulated, and you could tell this was a passion project of his. You know how you see some actors or actresses do passion projects that might not be a mainstream thing, but it gives you an insight into something that they love. This was that, and I gotta say that you can feel the love, and through the movie, I kind of wish Charlie Murphy was there. If you don't know, I'm not gonna explain who Charlie Murphy is. You don't know who Charlie Murphy is? YouTube it, and you will be pleasantly surprised. And you're welcome. Just add 5 more likes to 10 JVS videos if you don't know who Charlie Murphy is until you heard this review. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's great in the role. Gives a lot of knowledge to it. These are the negatives to me, right? I'm gonna say this. At first, I give it like a 7.5 or an 8. If you know the history, if you're into that character, you probably enjoy it a lot more. But these are the negatives, right? So I'm heaping a lot of praise that it's a lot historically accurate. It gives you a lot of insight into history, and there are some funny moments, some genuinely funny moments. even though I wouldn't say this is a straight comedy, like Bill is a straight comedy. But there's cameos in almost every scene. There's some named face. It's like Eddie Murphy called in every favor he could, so that every scene had some guy turn like this and go, "Oh, it's so and so. Hey guys, it's so and so. We got so and so in the theater." Got kind of distracting, and then the people didn't really seem like they did. A lot of people didn't really seem like they did a lot of work to prepare for the role. They got in the costume and they did their best impersonation. They were probably on set for like a day, is what I saw. Um, the other thing is pacing is kind of off, and like I'm not sure if the movie ran too long or too short because there were some generally great moments that I felt like weren't finished. There's some Dolemite stories, and again, I haven't explained really who Dolemite is. He was kind of a comedian character. Think like Austin Powers of the Black exploitation era. He's the Austin Powers of that. But Dolemite told stories in this comedy, and uh, Rudy Ray, I think, is the comedian's name. I just watched the movie and I'm messing it up, but correct me if I'm wrong. And he told these long stories, and I mean long for what we were saying. You watching my video and how long I'm talking, you might think you tell some long stories too. But and to get to the end of the story is the punchline, the thing that's really gonna make you go, "Oh, you clever." Um, and they kind of cut away from that in the middle of the story and it was like, all right, all right. And some of the stories that I knew, I was like, oh man, they're gonna love this. If you haven't heard this before, you're gonna love this ending, and they cut away from it. So that was the issue. Uh, but besides that, I think it's interesting. I think Netflix is the perfect home for it. Would I go to the theaters to pay for it? No. Would I pop this on Netflix tomorrow and check it out? If or as a family, a date movie, whatever, yes, hell yes, yes, I would. Also, which I don't see a lot of people talking about, is Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is in this movie, and he's been doing a few roles there and there, but he generally it was kind of off-putting at first, but he genuinely uh, came together with the movie. He was not one of those people that I think phoned it in. So overall, Dolomite, enjoyed it, loved it, perfect for Netflix. Check it out this weekend. Uh, Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And again, if you don't know who Charlie Murphy is, I can't help you. Oh, check out the Chappelle Show too. Anyway, peace.